Welcome to the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this spontaneous reading, this is a timeless reading, we are asking your spirit guides, is your gut feeling right about this? So this will apply to any situation where you have a gut feeling or an underlying experience of something, or you're having a little bit of a wobble and you're just not sure. So we are asking, is your gut feeling, is that feeling deep down inside you? Are you right about it? Can we have clarity, guidance and information from your spirit guides? Now we're going to draw 3 separate cards. There is card 1. See card 2 and card 3. And we're also going to draw a rune and a charm as well, just to help to guide you in. So the card for reading number 1 is Conch Shell, Calling. Okay, let's place that here, and I'm going to draw a rune and a charm straight away. And your rune is Protection. And your charm, ooh, wow, we have the music note. This is really interesting. Those of you who are drawn into this, you may be drawn to more than one, of course. Now, reading number 2, to guide you in, we have the card of Plant Medicine, Truth. And your rune. Ooh, there's a charm in this bag, and that's coming out too. You have the, look at that. Could you believe it? Look, Plant Medicine. We have the rune of fertility, and we have a beautiful leaf coming through here too. Wow, the wisdom of the plants. Reading number 3, Medicine Mask, Authenticity. And you have the rune. You have the rune of Gateway. And you have the Fishbone. Okay, very interesting cards, runes and charms already. So super souls, thank you so much for joining me for these readings. This is a timeless reading. It'll be in the timeless readings playlist if you ever need to come back to it at a later date. I'm going to just leave the video on pause for just a moment so that you guys can focus in on whichever reading or readings are calling to you, and I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Reading number 1, welcome. You have been guided in by the rune of protection, the conch shell, and this beautiful treble clef. So there's a real energy of vibration and sound. I mean, that is what this card is about as well. You know, the conch shell is actually used to call. It sends out vibrations. So very interesting. Now we're going to draw from some oracle cards and tarot packs, and we're just going to see where this reading goes. We are asking your spirit guides for clarity, guidance and information around something that's happening where you have a gut feeling and you're wanting to ask more about it. So first of all, we will draw. Whoa, okay. Wow, I didn't expect 3 cards just to come straight out like this. Okay, I was going to draw 1 from this pack, but we are absolutely using these. Okay, so we have the card of Rapunzel. We have the card of the big bad wolf. And then we have the card of the Guardian Angel. Okay, beautiful energy here. This is a lovely card to finish these three with. Now, I am going to draw a row of tarot cards first. I think we'll use the Light Seer's Tarot today. We are asking for clarity, guidance and information for reading one around their gut feeling about something. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have here. Ten of Swords is your first card. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Eight of Cups, Page of Cups, Six of Wands, and Judgment. Okay, I'm feeling like I want to draw an archetype card as well. And then actually I'll probably just pause the video and move all these cards up a little bit so that you can see them all in full view. So your archetype card is the Lover. Wow, okay, very, very interesting cards. I will literally just pause the video. It shouldn't affect you in any way. So Super Souls, now I hope you can see all the cards. Now this reading is actually very, very clear to me here. Whatever your situation, whatever you're asking about, your gut feeling, what this reading is saying, the conch shell was used as like a warning sign. If there was something coming and, you know, it was the sound was sent out, the vibration was sent out, as it were. You're picking up on vibes, I'm going to say to you. The sound was sent out to warn people. I think for some of you, you are literally picking up on vibes. There's something going on, whatever you're asking about, whether it is an individual person or a circumstance or a situation. What I want to say is, if your gut feeling is really saying to you, look, there's something uneasy around you, you're not sure of the intent of someone. Now, Rapunzel, you know, is the story of Rapunzel. She was kept in a tower by, you know, her wicked stepmother. And she would let down her hair, and her stepmother would climb up into the tower and give her food, but she kept her there by telling her stories. And of course, eventually the prince comes and saves her, and all is well. The big bad wolf we have here hiding behind the tree. There is absolutely, unquestionably, the energy of someone or something who is not being honest. There's a deception around you. The card of the Lovers, I don't think it is very specifically saying that it's about relationship. For some of you it might be. For some of you there may be an intimate lover, partner, potential partner that you are feeling uneasy about. You're feeling like you're not quite being told the truth. Something doesn't feel quite right about them. There's something that's not quite authentic. So for some it could be about intimacy, but I don't think this card is just about it. The card of the Lovers as an archetype is about those magical moments of being completely and absolutely present to the magic of the moment. And I think you're being asked to be incredibly present to what you feel, to the vibe, to your gut feeling. I also want to say you are really, really being protected in this situation. You are absolutely being protected. We have the card of the Guardian Angel. I mean, look at the gorgeous energy here of this Guardian Angel, nurturing and teaching. It's really interesting here. We have these two young people reading from books and a kitten playing with a butterfly, I think, or butterfly or a flower. But this is really interesting because it's also telling us that there's something to be learned here. You're going to be shown something. We have the Six of Wands. Something is going to become incredibly apparent to you. I think it already actually is apparent to you. It's apparent in your gut feeling, but you haven't yet seen enough. You know, there's something where your gut feeling says, I'm not okay with this. You're picking up on the vibes. Something doesn't feel right, someone's not telling you the whole story, or they're not telling you exactly the truth, or they may even be genuinely telling you information very specifically in order to kind of maneuver you into a vulnerable position. That is what we're being shown here. So whether this is an intimate relationship or a completely different situation, that is the case. But you are being protected. Now, the rune of protection, like the guardian angel card, is very interesting to have both of these in your reading, because reading number one, people, the rune of protection speaks of opportunities coming in sort of unexpected ways. So, you know, change is at hand, transition is at hand. There is an opportunity to see something. I'm really hearing you are absolutely protected through this situation. So there is no need to be, I think your spirit guides are saying, there's no need to be anxious about the information that's being given to you in this reading, in terms of your gut feeling being correct, your uneasiness is right. You're going to be shown and given exactly the information you need to come through this. And we have judgment, which is really interesting. You're guarded, you're protected. Allow yourself to be shown the information you need. Okay, it's going to unfold, I think probably quite quickly, actually. And in fact, I would venture to say that this person or collective group of peoples, whatever somebody is doing that is undermining or not completely honest, lacking in integrity, you're guided and protected. I really literally feel like there is a shaft of light around you. You are protected. I want to say as well, gosh, for some of you, you've already actually closed a door. Some of you have closed a door already on a situation. You've walked away. You're moving forwards to the future with great anticipation. Actually, you're with great anticipation, but it's almost as though there is a residue of someone. So for some of you, this is absolutely, your gut feeling is very present. It's something that's right here and right now around you. For others, you have a gut feeling that somebody, it's almost got that flavour of, you know, when you end a possible relationship with someone and you think it's all been amicable and you're moving on, but your gut feeling tells you that they're still kind of like manipulating behind your back. Almost to sabotage your attempts to move forwards. It's got that sort of flavour. So for some of you, that may be there. You may already have walked away from this person. You may already have known that something wasn't right. You've moved on, but this person is now attempting to do a little bit of sabotage behind the scenes. Whoever this is, or whatever this scenario, whatever people are involved, for a lot of you there's kind of like a ringleader here. That's what I really think. You know, there's a kind of a character here who's a bit of a ringleader. They have ill intent, and they're a bit cowardly. You know, I want to say, reading number one, they're a bit cowardly. They're not upfront about this. You know, they work behind the scenes. You know, they're sabotaging, they're not nice, but you're really protected. There's a lovely energy around, and it is really interesting because two things I think are going to happen here. One is that whatever is taking place is going to come to light. I think it's going to be illuminated, and you are going to see it for exactly what it is. And instead of sitting in a place of where you're wondering, is my gut feeling right? You know, I think it is, but I'm not sure. And where it's left you questioning, it will become, the way forwards is going to become very, very clear. And if this is something that you have, if this is something you're dealing with in the here and now, the pathway will become very clear to you, and you will be able to exit with great clarity, and you're kind of going to come into your own, because whatever's going on is going to really be seen in a big way, and your integrity within that is also going to be seen. So your clarity of intent, your decision to stand away from this, to stand back from it, not to get drawn in, I'm really hearing that, is going to be upheld. So two things. On the one hand, I think their behavior, actions, whatever they're doing, will come to light and be seen. And also, you're going to be seen. There's a kind of a sense of victory here. Okay, I feel like it's a victory where almost people who have behaved badly, and you've often wondered, I think for some of you this is relatively recent, for some of you it's right here and now, you're dealing with someone who is acting behind your back, and you're questioning it, your gut feeling is absolutely right about this. For others, from time to time, it's a situation that you left behind, and you've wondered whether there's still, you know, the rumours being spread from time to time, that kind of stuff. It's almost like this is almost like a sort of a payback time, but in a really positive way, because you're guarded, you're held in light, you're guarded and protected. And so I feel like your personal success is, your personal success is going to almost potentially challenge what's going on behind the scenes. Again, it's a bit like if somebody like, let's say, a real narcissist is kind of making up lots of stories behind your back, and there are people who are, you know, foolish enough to believe them, and you can't do anything about it, and you sort of know that. But actually, because when people make up lots and lots of stories, inevitably, you know, it's going to come up and bite them on the bum. I don't know how better to say it, because the truth will out, as the saying goes, and that feels really right for this reading. The truth will out. And when it does, the fact that you are guided, you're held in light, you've moved on, you're living your dreams, and the more that you live your dreams, the more that their stories are challenged. Because if a story is being made up about you, and then somebody bumps into you and they see the opposite of that you're thriving, then they kind of know that what's being said about you isn't real. So there's some element almost of judgment, but I don't think you deliver it in that way. The judgment comes because you're walking that authentic pathway. You're seizing the opportunities. You're choosing not to buy into this. So really interesting reading number one, because I have to say, wholeheartedly, your spirit guides are saying your gut feeling is right. If your gut feeling is about somebody or something that's going on behind the scenes, below the belt, yes, you're completely right. Trust that gut feeling. Okay, you don't have to buy into it. I really see that. The biggest, and we'll draw some more cards, we'll ask for more information for you about how best to act and how to approach this. You know, we have some clarity here for you. Your gut feeling is right there. This is like a warning system. Somebody's not being honest. For anyone for whom it connects to something that has historically passed, and you thought you'd left it behind, but now you're beginning to question whether something's still going on, well, that's going to get addressed in its own right. But yes, your gut feeling is completely right. Now, we're going to ask for a much greater amount of information, please. We'd like guidance and information, I think, for reading number one, as to how actually to handle this. Is there anything you should be doing? Is there anything you need to do beyond the walking away, the opening yourself to receive the clarity and the guidance you need? Can we have some more information here for reading number one? May we see? Oh, further information, please, for reading number one. clarity and guidance regarding this situation and the gut feeling of reading number 1. I think that's all. Yeah, I feel there should be another card here. Here we are. Okay, now this is really interesting. First card that flew out was the Death card. This is a new dawn. So absolutely the biggest piece of information here from your spirit guides is you are guided, you are protected, and it's time to leave. Leave this unhealthy situation behind you. You know, it's time to leave it behind, move on. Now, the Chariot is very interesting. Very interesting, because actually there's a speed. Something is going to happen that requires you to take action, I think, really quite quickly. When something becomes clear to you, when it's apparent, then you'll need to take action, and you'll need to do so quickly. However, really interesting here, 7 of Swords. What this card says is use tact and diplomacy. Okay, it's really interesting, because I always feel like the 7 of Swords in this pack, it kind of says, you know, you might need to be a bit secretive about how you handle this. And sometimes, do you know, it doesn't feel good to be secretive, because if somebody is underhanded around you, sometimes our instinct, you know, the gut feeling is right, but your instinct is then to try and behave in a really authentic, upfront way, because you don't want to be behaving like them. Okay, but sometimes it's important to be guarded, not to give away any information about yourself or your plans to move forwards. Don't talk to these people or anyone within this situation, or historically that person. Don't tell them any information about yourself, your dreams, your plans, or your pathway forwards. If they have no information, it's really going to catch them out here. So don't give them information. You know, use tact and diplomacy to move yourself forwards. Get yourself still and be very present to the energy around. That's what this card is saying. Get still and be very present to what's going on. Listen. Now, there's going to be a little bit of turbulent waters as you leave these people behind, as you move away, but you have victory coming. You know, you have victory coming. You are, I mean, this is just, I think you know what you want. In fact, actually, your guides are saying to you, get very clear here. Yeah, be very clear about what you actually want from this situation. Okay, what is your desired outcome? We have a card of you being in the spotlight. We have the judgment, the transformation coming. You're going to need to leave this situation. That's really, really clear. And I think you know this is the best thing. This is not a tolerable situation. Your gut feeling will already be informing you this is not a space to stay. Okay, and the circumstances will open up and move forwards quite quickly. Be tactful, use diplomacy to navigate your way through this. Work out exactly what you want. The 9 of Wands, I always feel it's like you can see exactly what you want, where you want to go. Get clear about what you want, what your desired outcome is, and really hold that focus. Okay, and then we have the gorgeous card of the King of Cups. This is like I think he was called Medusa, but you know, he was given a wish, and he made a wish, and his wish was that everything he touched turned. Oh, actually, I'm giving you the wrong. My apologies. I'm just giving you the wrong legend. I've just realized this is actually Orpheus. I was about to give you the King of Pentacles story and not the King of Cups. Very, very different energy. Wow, I'm so glad I kind of paused there and tuned in with that, though I think that's quite interesting that that storyline was coming through too, because I think I'm picking up on the energy of get really, really clear about what you want and what you wish for. Okay, King of Cups here is gosh, the energy of, I feel like you get to become emotionally strong through this. It's giving me the flavor of decide what you want, but decide what you want from the heart rather than the head. So make a decision as to what you want, what is most important to you. And this card is saying what is most important to you is going to be your emotional well-being. It's not going to be to do with kind of the material stuff of life. It's your emotional health, your emotional well-being. Everything that you need will come to you anyway. We have this Six of Wands here. You're going to be in the limelight. Stuff is going to come to you. There will be transformation. This is about your spirit guides are saying to you, the way forwards is about your emotional well-being. It's not about anything else. You're protected, you're guided, and the judgment and the retribution will come because simply by the fact that you move away and prove them wrong. Okay? So, and what you need will come to you. That's really, really clear here. Very, very clear reading here. I'm going to draw one more card. Reading number 1. Yes, open yourself to possibility. Very interesting. This card says almost everyone holds some limiting beliefs about themselves. These perceptions block us from receiving the infinite support of the universe. This card is an invitation to reassess, to look beyond these limitations, and to recognize that in opening yourself to possibility, you automatically invite positive change into your life. Super souls, this is a situation or a person or a something where your gut feeling is right. Your alert system is correct. It is time to leave with tact, diplomacy. The stuff of life doesn't matter. What matters is your well-being, your emotional well-being, and in choosing to take an opening and opening yourself to possibility and asking the universe for what you need, transformation will come, and what you need will come to you and be delivered. This is a super, super card to finish with. It really, really is. It's like an affirmation of the potential and the possibility and the desire of the universe to support you 100%. And it's like your tribe, your team, your ancestors are blowing the conch shell. They are saying to you, listen to us, heed this warning. This is not okay for you. You know, it's time to leave. It's time to walk away. Let this person go or this situation go. Don't even dwell on it if it's of the past. Their problems are their problems. Move on. You are guarded. You are protected. And the universe absolutely supports you 1000%. The judgment will come. You are going to succeed. Depart with tact, diplomacy, and yeah, even if it doesn't feel completely authentic, there's nothing wrong with guarding yourself and protecting yourself. There are certain things we shouldn't share with certain people because they're not trustworthy. And that's very clear. Reading number 1, this is so powerful. I am so sorry that you have this situation around you, or for those for whom it's something that's lingered from the past or been going on behind the scenes. I am so sorry. It's not nice. It doesn't feel good. But my goodness me, this card, and I mean, these cards are just wow in terms of telling you how much support you have and this protection here. I mean, you are guided, you are supported. This is going to come absolutely right for you. And that will be the retribution. Because as you move on and the universe supports you and everything comes to you that you desire and you shine, that in itself is a serious kind of, excuse me, but you know, it's kind of an up yours to these people or this person, you know, who have been actively working behind the scenes to undermine you. Super souls, this is an extraordinary reading, and I just feel like you're literally this conch shells, your ancestors calling with you, supporting you. Wow. My goodness me, you are loved and supported. There's no question of it. No question of it. Super souls, trust that gut instinct. It is absolutely 1000% right. I am sending you all the love in the world. Super Souls, don't forget that this is a timeless reading and it's in my timeless readings playlist. I'll put the link in the information box below, along with loads of other links about other stuff that may be relevant to you. And in that timeless playlist, there are all sorts of readings that ask specific questions. They are there if you're having a wobble, you know, how will this pan out? Is this a yes or a no? Is this person trustworthy? Just check in on those readings. If at any time you need some support and some help, I upload readings every Sunday with guidance for the next 7 days, but they too are timeless. You can find a reading always to assist you in navigating any kind of situation at any time. I also have a free online library with a ton of stuff about managing emotions and actually thinking of the tact and diplomacy. There's a section there called non-defensive communication. It's like a mini course on learning to communicate with people who are kind of pushing you around a bit. So again, I'll put all the links in the information box for you and in the comments for phone users. If you'd like to get notification of any of my readings as soon as I upload, do subscribe, press the little bell icon, and they should come into your stream. And if you want to be part of my monthly prize draw, again, I'll just put all the links in the information box for you. Super Souls, I'm sending you the biggest hug in the world, because this is not great when we meet people like this, but sadly they're out there. You know, and remember, light attracts dark, and sometimes it is your light that will draw these people in. But we then have a choice and we can choose to exit. Super Souls, I am sending you every ounce of love in the world. Welcome to reading number 2. Super Souls, you've been drawn to plant medicine, truth. We have this beautiful leaf and the rune of fertility. Now this is interesting because fertility requires the completion of beginnings. You've got to fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. Plant medicine is really interesting because it suggests that the truth of something needs to be revealed. So we are asking today, we're asking your spirit guides, is your gut feeling right about this? You know, I mean, sometimes it's really hard to tell, isn't it? Because, you know, our mind can get in the way, or maybe we don't really want to see the truth of something because it's not really what we wanted. So let's draw some cards and see what we are shown. We're asking for clarity, guidance, and information really here for reading number 2. It's these 3 cards. Here we are. Okay. Okay, so we have 8 of Swords. I'll show these to you as they come through. That's really interesting. 8 of Swords. We have the 5 of Swords. And we have the 6 of Swords, which is a card of victory. And look at the light coming through here as well, coming down. I feel like, gosh, 8 of Swords, you're in a space of, it's like a space where you're not seeing something clearly. Something isn't apparent to you. You sort of know that it's like you're needing more information here. Let's draw some more cards before we dive straight into this. So we'll draw some tarot cards from the Light Seer's Tarot, I think we're going to use today. So we're asking for clarity, guidance, information about the gut feeling that reading number 2 are experiencing. Lots of cards coming through for you, reading number 2. And here we have 5 of Pentacles. So this situation that you're in, your current circumstances around your question about your gut feeling, this is really getting you down, okay? It's really, really getting you down. I can really see this. We have the 9 of Pentacles. This is very interesting. We have the Four of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We have the King of Wands. We have the Magician. And then we have the Nine of Cups. This is super nice, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. Now I might need to rearrange the cards a little bit. I'll draw from the archetype cards first, and then I'll just have a little shunt of the cards to make sure, oh, that's your card, just make sure they're all in view. And you have the card of the One. Okay, I'll literally pause for a second, realign the cards so we can see everything. Okay, super souls, so the rune of fertility, completion of beginnings. Okay, and fertilize the ground for your own deliverance. This is a fruit-bearing rune. Plant medicine, truth. I do feel you need to see something. What I feel is taking place for you, it's almost as if there's some aspect of something that you are considering investing in. Okay, so, you know, this is we're asking your spirit guides, you know, can you trust your gut feeling about this? Now, what I think we're seeing here is actually a massive opportunity for success. I feel like you've seen something that you might want to invest in. Now, it could be a person, it could be a financial investment, it could be a pathway of work or a career pathway or whatever it is. It's like your gut feeling is saying to you, you know, I think this could be really right for me. It's almost like this could be the pathway, this could be the one. This could be the route to success. This could be the idea that brings me, you know, that brings me the pathway, the calling I'm wanting, that brings me the rewards I want, whether this is love, money, abundance, wherever that sits. It's like this is where your dreams lie. And what your spirit guides are saying is, interestingly enough, they're actually saying to you, look, your gut feeling about this is actually right. You know, this could be the one and there is opportunity here. Okay, I think they are saying this, but you're very undecided. Okay, what they're also saying though is that you need more information. So before, it's almost as if you're being asked to take your time, meditate on this, consider how much you're going to invest or at what speed you're going to invest. Take your time here. You don't have to rush into this. You don't have to, I want to say, put all your eggs in one basket. In a way, I think you do have actually a very specific gut feeling about something that is quite specific. It is like the basket. And I think you really feel like it could be the one. And this reading is suggesting, yes, it could. But there is something about the way that you approach it here, that you need to be thoughtful about the way that you're approaching it. You know, Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords for me always suggests that something is going to be shown to us or given to us to help us to embark on this new venture. Guidance, some information, something coming to us in some way, shape or form. Now that guidance is sometimes can be quite challenging. It could be a disappointment, but if that's the case, then the disappointment is actually opening a different door for you. So if you've made an investment in something and it doesn't appear to be right, it may be that you do need to change direction slightly. Completion of beginnings. If you've created an investment in one type of bond, for example, your idea that the bonds are going to be, I'm using this as an example, but the bonds are going to bring you success. Everything here is saying yes. But it may be that you have to complete something or process something or look further afield. More information is given you. You need to establish the reality. And likewise, I think if you are going to weave this web, we have beautiful spider energy here. You need to, yeah, just consider this carefully, thoughtfully. It's literally like, don't go full speed ahead. There is contemplation needed and awareness at every stage of the journey. That's what I feel we're being shown here. You need to arrive at the truth of the matter at all stages. I think your gut feeling is right. We're seeing success here. We're seeing alchemy. We're seeing, you know, those dreams forming into a creative, clear direction forwards. We're seeing an investment of your time, your energy, and we're seeing success here. 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. So your indecision, I almost want to say that the space of indecision at the moment, or uncertainty, or newness, or the little wobble, or the fear that this might go wrong, this can be combated, I think, by simply taking it step by step. It's like not rushing to make that commitment too early. Allow this to organically become an organic gardener and allow this to organically unfold. Yes, I think there is a distinct opportunity here, and I think your spirit guides are saying, look, your gut feeling about this is right, but it needs to be allowed to find its own journey. It's like, you know, it's like when you want to go from A to B and you don't want to do the journey, you just want to jump from here to there. And your spirit guides are saying, but you know, if you jump from A to B and you miss the journey, so much important information that you needed along the way would be missed if you didn't enjoy the journey. You need the journey to arrive at that space of pure fertility, the abundance of the harvest, whatever that may be. You know, whether this is about love, abundance in a project, a creative venture, everything here, Super Souls, is saying, look, your gut feeling about your idea, this person, the project, the book idea, you know, whatever that is for you, whatever your circumstances, whatever your dreams and wishes, you can make this happen. The magician, the alchemist, you can make this happen. There is very real potential here, very, very real potential. But you need to enter the whole process with your eyes wide open, and from the perspective not of having a wobble, but of the perspective of navigating each and every stage of the journey, because I think this is something that is going to build into a flow. It's not just going to happen overnight. But hold your vision, because your gut feeling about the potential of this is, I think, very, very right. I think your spirit team is communicating, your spirit guides are communicating with great clarity here. Let's draw some more cards here to see what else we're shown, whether your spirit guides can help with more information for reading 2 about how this might unfold. What do reading number 2, what further clarity, information, guidance can be given for them about how this might unfold, what's going to take place. Okay, let's look at our cards. Oh, look at this. We begin with King Midas. Wow. King Midas. Wow. I mean, this is the pot of gold. This is being given a wish, granted a wish. Admittedly, I want to say as well, be careful what you wish for, because King Midas actually wished. He was granted a wish, and he wished that everything he touched would turn to gold. And of course it did. So when he was hungry, he'd pick something up and it would turn to gold, and he would start to go very, very hungry. He couldn't eat anything. The people he loved would turn to gold. So he had to seek, he had to ask for another wish to sort of almost undo his first wish. So it's very interesting. Again, you're needing to see something clearly here and build along the way through your experiences. We have here the Justice card. we have the Fool. Oh my goodness me, look at these. Do you know, this is extraordinary, reading number 2. Look at the power. These are major, major cards. We have the King of Pentacles followed by all major arcana cards. I am blown away by this reading. Whatever your idea, your project, the relationship, whatever you are having this gut feeling that this could be the one. Oh, reading number 2, you so should pursue this, but step by step. It needs nurturing. There will be choices to be made along the way, but wow, there is going to come a point when this is going to soar. Literally, it's like hold that dream, hold that vision, contemplate it, think about it, weigh things up along the way. Hold your position always from that space of truth. Look at the reality of each step of the process. Whenever we manifest anything, it's not a situation where we are just imagine it, we dream it, and you know, the universe delivers. Actually, there is soul growth to be had along the way. There is learning, there is commitment, there is energy to be invested along the way. Fertilize the ground for your own deliverance, but absolutely this could be the one, that idea, that project, that book. Absolutely. But the journey is to be enjoyed. You know, you don't want to jump to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow from A to B. The journey is essential to your success. But hold that dream. Weigh it up every step of the way. Contemplate what you need to see. Again, look at this. We have an owl sitting here. We have the card of justice. We have an owl. She is resolute. She knows what she wants. She wishes to hold balance in everything. And the owl will see in the dark for her, help her to find that clarity, that truth, just as plant medicine does the same. There will be some, I say there will be some risk taking. I think this feels like a risk for you. Reading number 2, it feels like a risk for you, which is why I think we started with the 5 of Pentacles, that sense of despondency, that feeling of stuff getting you down, worrying. Can you take that risk? Should you take that risk? Will you lose everything? Some of you may already have lost some things before in the past, whether that was, you know, a loss of trust in love, or whether it was a loss of, you know, some financial or material something, whatever that was. There's anxiety here. Your idea, your project, your person, your desire, your gut feeling is really right here. But be careful what you wish for. Wishes need to be cultivated, nurtured along the way. Yes, it's a risk to step out of your comfort zone. And I feel for some of you, this is like risking a belief in trusting that this will work out, because you have journeyed, I think, to the depths of your soul in some aspect of your world, which has left you feeling very wobbly about moving forwards with this situation, project, venture, person. You kind of, your gut feeling says this could be the one, this really could be it. But there are insecurities in play here. And that is why the journey is so important. Beautiful, reading number 2. I hope I said reading number 2 and not reading number 1 there. Reading number 2. It is a risk for you because of what you've experienced. But this is worthy of nurture. Don't hold on to the past insecurities. There are going to be choices and decisions along the way here. But your dream, your desire, the thing that you need to look at truthfully, is absolutely worthy of investment. When we look at the realness of something, I'm going to use falling in love just for a moment, just because it's a good example. But this is a general reading, so this gut feeling is really, really individual to each of your personal circumstances. And the Lovers is a card of choices. Now, when we have experienced a challenge in the past, we can be very fearful of making the wrong choice. But this reading is really saying, look, there will be choices and decisions along the way, and you are now wise enough to make these decisions because you've had life experiences that have taught you. Don't hold on to past challenges. And in relationship, this is my example really, in relationship, true love, success in long-term love, real success, is loving someone for who they are and allowing them to love you for who you are. We don't have to be perfect. You know, finding the one is actually finding someone where we can genuinely make each other happy whilst loving each other and caring about each other for who we actually are. So there's a realness to be had here. It's like not just a dream, making the dream real by also honouring people's realness. And this is what's available to you. So the journey is absolutely essential. You know, you meet someone and you fall in love with them, or you make that wish. It's idealized. To make it real here, to make it long lasting, the journey is essential. So reading number 2, your spirit guides are saying to you, go with this, trust your gut feeling. This situation, person, dream, vision, creative project is really, it has every potential, but take your time and look at the truth of the matter at every single stage. The thing to let go of is past insecurities and fears. And the investment here is knowing that at every stage of the journey, you can make decisions and choices. And this is the empowering bit, because if you've been hurt in a situation or burned by something, we can really fear stepping into the new. But of course, if we hold on to the fears and the fears guide us, we constantly wobble. And in a way, we don't allow ourselves to really step into the truth through the experience of that realness. And this is a time when your gut feeling is right. That is what your guides are saying. Trust that gut feeling, but take it step by step. We'll draw one more card for you, and here is your card showing up. Open the floodgates. Oh, this is so sweet, actually, because this is about your feelings. If we're unable to acknowledge and talk about our feelings, they stack up and build up like a pressure cooker waiting to blow, colouring our ability to see clearly. This card calls you to acknowledge your emotions and find a way to release them. Write down your thoughts and feelings, and if needed, reach out for professional help. This is such an interesting card, because this reading is really saying, look, that there are insecurities of the past that are actually colouring your perspective. What is important here is to see the truth of things at every step of the way without that fear. So release those fears, talk to someone about those fears, talk to yourself, journal around those fears and see them for what they are. Don't let them get in the way of the journey, you know, of setting forth in the new. You know, these are connected to the past here. You know, maybe you have wished for something previously, you thought you'd found it, it didn't work out. But actually, now is a time to release those emotions, release those feelings. And if this is a new love, then talk about them. Not in a way that puts it on the new person, that's not okay, but in a way that says, look, if I'm a little bit reticent or I don't talk very openly, it's just that I've had a bad experience. I'm not putting that on you. And, you know, I'm processing this. Let's build this step by step, because I really believe we can do something amazing here. Likewise, put those fears down, discuss it with somebody, get support if you're starting a new creative venture, or you're entering a new job, or you're you know, whatever that processing forward is. Your guides are saying, look, your gut feeling here is right, and this deserves to be nurtured, nourished and cultivated. You know, this is a fruit-bearing opportunity for you. Reading number 2, this is just gorgeous. This really is a one-off chance, opportunity, potential, and it could really move forwards in an amazing way once you free yourself of the emotions that are holding all of that fear about making the wrong choice. And yes, it feels risky, but you can weigh things up. That's cool. reading number 2, just enjoy the journey, and your very enjoyment of the journey with empowered choices along the way is a big part of what is actually going to manifest and create the very, very thing that you desire. Super Souls, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is in the Timeless Readings playlist. I'm creating, or have created, a Timeless Readings playlist. It is full of readings that answer very specific questions. I post every Sunday too with like a 7-day, what's happening in the next 7 days, and those readings are also timeless. You know, you can find them, and if you're having a wobble, just find the right reading for you in the right moment, and hold yourself firm in that wobble and seek the extra guidance you need, because this is right. Support yourself in seeing the reality and the truth of things, and learning to be available to them. When we really face the truth of something, we are so empowered to make really wise choices, as long as we remain excuse me, as long as we remain kind of almost idealized, or just dreaming about something. We're not involved in the realness of it to be able to genuinely move it forwards. And just dreaming or holding a dream means that we remove some empowerment from ourselves, because we're not tackling the realness of every step of the journey. But this is so beautiful. It's so, so beautiful. It really is gorgeous. Yeah, that instinct about this is really, really right for you. Wow, reading number 2. Super Souls, if you want to get notification of any of my readings, whether it's the 7-day ones, the timeless ones, the moon forecast that I post, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, you should get notification as soon as I post anything. Billions of thanks to those of you who have started supporting me on Patreon. I'm so grateful. It really helps me to continue to put free stuff into the world. And thank you as well to those of you who've been supporting and giving back through the super thanks in the comments. You guys, I really, really, really appreciate you. Thank you. And I give away a free private reading. I'll put a link to connect to my subscriber email list in the information box, and of course in the comments. I'll put all the relevant links that might be helpful to you guys in the comments for phone users and the information box. Do you know, I am absolutely I'm blown away by this, and I just am thrilled for you, because this just feels like it's something you have really, really wanted, and it is in its stages of, gosh, the most awesome potential for you. I mean, it really is the amazing potential. Enjoy the journey. Love every minute, reading number 2. And whatever surfaces along the way, look at the reality of it, and all will be well. Tons and tons and tons of love to you. Welcome to reading number 3. You've been drawn by the Medicine Mask, Authenticity, the Rune of Gateway, very interesting because this is a review of some sort, and the Fishbone, which also requires us to get to the bare bones of something. So we're asking, is your gut feeling correct? You know, is your gut feeling right about something? Now, this is a very interesting card. I'm not going to say any more. Let's draw some cards first, and then we'll dive in to see what we have and what we're shown here. So let's see what we are going to be seeing for reading number 3. That's the one. Okay. And so first of all, we have the 9 of Crystals. We have the 2 of Wands, and the 3 little pigs. These are very, very interesting cards. Reading number 3. This is fascinating because we're asking about your gut feeling about something. I feel like you're in a much stronger position than you realize. Okay, so whatever you're inquiring about in the uniqueness of your world, I almost feel like you're not your, I could almost say your mind is playing tricks on you. It's almost as if something of your, gosh, it's really fascinating. We'll draw more cards, but I feel like you're in a stronger position than you realize. That's really what I'm hearing at this moment in time. There's a lot more potential than you realize. There's much more going for you than you realize. So very curious about how this is panning out in terms of your gut feeling about something. So we're asking for more information for reading number 3 about their gut feeling. Let's have a little look at these tarot cards as well. So Ace of Swords is your first card. Ten of Wands. Strength. This is a really interesting reading. Reading number 3, 4 of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. Oh, this is lovely. 4 of Swords. And lastly, the King of Pentacles. Now, I've had to shunt all the cards. I keep having to do this in the readings. Just move them all along a little bit so we have enough room. I move my beautiful feathers. Right. Reading number 2. Actually, I will just draw. Let me just draw one more card from the archetypes. We'll draw some more as well, I expect. But let's just look what we are showing right here and right now. The Castle. This is really, really, really so clear. Okay, now the Castle is really interesting because in a way it's like it's like a fortress. A castle is a fortress and we can feel very safe inside it. But you know, at the same time, it can then become like a prison. And I feel like it's like at some point in your world, you've had an experience or experiences that left you feeling just like having very low self-esteem, that like somebody really undermined you or diminished you, or your choices were removed. And what this reading is saying, it's very, very interesting, is that has interfered with your ability to tune into your gut feeling. So it's like it's altering your perspective. So, for example, if you were to have an expectation of something new happening, you might experience some anxiety because it's something brand new and you've never done it before. But then and that anxiety is completely natural, it's totally appropriate. But then there's this sort of fear attached to the anxiety that it might be telling you that you shouldn't do it. You know, it's like interpreting that anxiety as, gosh, this is interpreting your anxiety as your gut feeling, really, rather than actually recognizing that the anxiety or the sort of, gosh, this is unknown, is actually just a completely natural feeling when we step into something new. It's as if something has happened that has become, it's almost like caused your gut feeling to be interpreted in a way that keeps you locked into something. It's like there's a confusion here between the two in some way, shape or form. So this is very, very interesting because first of all, the medicine mask authenticity this is such a beautiful reading. Your spirit guides are really being really very clear and so supportive of you. So first of all, they're saying, look, we really recognize that you've been quite burdened. It's almost like you would have an idea, you would begin to think that could be possible, and then somehow that got snowed under by things, and so it's left you feeling quite vulnerable about making choices. In fact, I would say making choices, I think, for you has become quite a challenge. And this is a really normal human thing. If choice got complicated when we were little, or in the process of our growing up, we weren't supported to make choices, it really means that then we don't quite know how to trust our intuition or to listen to our gut feeling, and we often interpret that information in ways that will keep us safe rather than helping us to know how to move forwards. So there's a situation that you're in at the moment that you're asking about. It could be a somebody or a circumstance or a situation. You're in a much better position than you believe. Okay, there is a real opportunity to step away and into something actually pretty amazing here. Okay, so it's very interesting. I'm going to talk a little bit about more, we'll draw more cards as well for you. What, first of all, your spirit guides are saying to you is, the key here is actually, first of all, medicine mask, believe in yourself. Categorically, you have, don't be a people pleaser. Don't do it the way other people want. Do what's right for you. You don't have to wear the masks that other people say you have to wear. This is literally saying you're amazing, you have something incredible to share. King of Pentacles, you are you and you deserve to be you. It's almost like your very sense of self-esteem, sense of self-esteem and self-entitlement gets invaded by limiting thoughts, and those in themselves then colour your perspective or your interpretation of your gut feelings. So the key lies here. We need to get to the bare bones of things. You are allowed to be you. Absolutely, this is so permission giving. And you may wish to step out of the walls of that safe castle. The rune of gateway is exactly the energy of this. It's like a tool. So the rune of gateway it's a magnificent rune. It asks us to imagine ourselves climbing up a mountain. Just imagine yourself doing this, climbing up a mountain, and when you get to the top, you pause and you sit down. And there's a great big gateway at the top of this mountain, and you're going to pause, you're going to stop, and you're going to look back over every single bit of your life, everything that has led you to be you to this present moment today. And you're going to then lean into a space of gratitude and appreciation for everything that has made you who you are today. So you can look at the ups and downs, the twists and the turns, the challenges, and instead of feeling snowed under by them, you give thanks because those experiences have helped you hold an incredible belief system within you in terms of your values. Now, they may have undermined your belief in yourself and your own entitlement, but they've actually given you, it's a real double-edged sword here, the very things that eroded your self-confidence have also created your core inner values. And those core inner values are what is helping you to move forwards and manifest in the world. And there is a pathway to success. So there is a situation here that you're asking about. It's a desire, it's a dream. Nine of Crystals, this is like Christmas Eve. It's expectation. It's, will I be brought the very thing that I'm hoping for? We've got a bedtime story being read here. The stockings are hanging over the fire. The Christmas tree is here. Are my dreams and wishes going to come true? Will I get the thing that I desire on Christmas Day? And then suddenly, because of the self-doubt of the past, it's like a part of you says, oh, I can't really trust that. You get really excited and then you think, I can't trust that excitement. It's bound to go wrong. And so something shifts. We're shifting the energy now, into that space of negative expectation rather than positive. Your guides are saying we need to shift this perspective here. Yes, this happened in the past, but your strength is also, you know, actually your vulnerability is your strength, your honesty is your strength, your authenticity, who you are because of your experiences is actually what is bringing to you exactly what you need. There is a shift, a letting go here of a perspective so that you can actually then trust that gut feeling and learn to use your intuition. So it's like stepping out of a safe zone. I love the three little pigs is fascinating because they basically outwit the wolf. It's a story of success. They outwit the wolf. They learn to become masters of their own destiny. Okay, because actually the very challenges they've faced have given them the amazing life skills they need. So this is asking you not to hold on to these perspectives of the past. Be your authentic self. And there's a real key here. It's absolutely beautiful. You're being shown here very clearly. Your spirit guides are saying, right, actually, you can trust your intuition. You can learn to trust your intuition. And the way to do this is to get still and slow down the burden of your mind. The patterns that go literally, that send you, the stuff that sends you spiraling into your head. This is like, get out your own way, okay? Get out your own way. Leave that behind here. That is a thing of the past here. Your vulnerabilities are your strength. Your experiences are your strength. And when you pause for long enough, you'll be able to identify whether the feelings that you have within you are connected to a button that's been pressed from the past or an invitation to step into the new. It's like differentiating this stuff. And we see success here. We see celebration. Again, with a recognition that for you guys, there is a need, and this is part of the guidance that you're being given here. There is a need for you to continually, as part of who you are, take pause breaks for review, because then you're going to see things clearly from your perspective as somebody who is actually pretty amazing, to put it mildly. I just have to say that, guys, because this is what this reading is saying. Absolutely beautiful. It's time. I mean, look at this beautiful card as well, the Two of Wands. She is looking at herself in the mirror. You know, she has a wand of transformation with a butterfly on it. We see the butterfly here again. The swan, you think what happens with swans? They arrive in the world looking like the ugly duckling, and then they shed their feathers, and they, in Native American mythology, they fly into the dream time and they come back. They have to trust. They're flying into new territory. They trust, they risk, and in doing so, they see the truth, they see beyond the illusion, and they come back in this beautiful state, full and amazing, and, you know, an inspiration to everyone. So there's some transformation taking place around you at the moment. Now, I'm going to draw more cards because we're asking, is your gut feeling right about this? So I'm going to ask, everything in this reading at the moment is suggesting that you can trust your gut feeling if you learn to listen to yourself and kind of get out your own way and move beyond the stuff of your head. And your guides are actually saying, your spirit guides are saying, look, you can do this by meditating, by getting still. Four of Swords. And actually, this is totally the key to your success. You know, this is going to become the key to your success. Your life experiences will become the key to your success. You know, and you are going to be someone who will use meditation and getting still and getting to the bare bones of things at every stage of the way in order to listen to your gut feeling and know it to be real and true. But you are asking, or I'm guessing you are asking, about a specific situation. So what we're now going to do, beautiful reading number 3, I'm loving this because this is real significant growth. It's so much reassurance, so much positivity for you. We're going to draw more cards. We're going to ask, can we be given some really clear guidance and information about the current situation that reading number 3 are actually asking about? Okay. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Okay. Right, so what I see here is you have a decision to make. Now this will be unique to you each. You have a decision to make and you're questioning again whether you're going to make the right choice. You're fearful, and that's why you're looking at this. Is your gut feeling right about it? You're questioning the reality of this. This is a falling in love card. Love is blind. That's what really resonates with this card. It's like you're questioning whether you are seeing the reality of something. Okay, so very, very interesting cards here for you. Now, this is fascinating. So we have the Star card. Now, in this card, we see a pathway to hope, a pathway of guidance. What this card says is you need to look at everything. Again, get to the bare bones of the matter. This is like Pandora's box, where you let everything out in order to look at it. You know, if you are worried about making a decision, press the pause button, climb to the top of the mountain, as it were, metaphorically, get into a space of meditation, get still, and then lay out all the different pieces of this circumstance, situation, person. Lay out all the different pieces, write them on pieces of paper or card, or bring out different crystals to represent the different aspects of the circumstance that you're in and that you're asking about. When you see all of the pieces, actually you're going to know. You'll absolutely know with a certainty what you need to do. This reading is saying you actually do know, your gut feeling will be right. What you're needing first of all to do is to look at it from every single perspective. So your gut feeling is going to work for you. Trust it. At the moment you're having a bit of a, gosh, can I trust this or not? What you're actually needing to do is really see this very, very clearly. You need to see beyond the illusion and look at every single piece of this. Climb to that metaphorical mountain, lay it all out in front of you, and you will know. You will absolutely know with certainty. 9 of Pentacles is a card of, for me, self-certainty. It's that card of what I would call self-assuredness, self-success, where it's like we know that we did it. There's a clarity here, a strength of personal conviction, and not in an ego way. This is a real strength of conviction because we've done the work, we've seen it for what it is. Okay, really interesting. You're going to be able to make some choices. The choice is very interesting here. Nurture. I'm going to draw more cards here actually. This is very interesting. I want one more card here just to complete this. One more card. The Wheel of Fortune. This is very interesting. Right. What this is saying to me here is that in the situation, the circumstance that you are asking about, you will actually know exactly the choice to make. But I am seeing that there is dilemma around it. Part of the dilemma here is because it feels like, who do you please? Okay, do you do what you want, or do you do what other people expect of you? I think part of the choice that you're facing here, and this is why your gut feeling is a challenge. You know, it's almost like if you were applying for a university course, for example, you might have the choice that you at a gut level really want to do, and then the choice that maybe, for example, your family or your tutors think you should, the route they think you should go down. And there's a dilemma between who to please. And this reading is about following the one that's right for you and trusting your yeah, trust what is right for you over and above what is right for anyone else. There is a dilemma. But this is about doing what's right for you. And if you lay everything out, if you're feeling yourself swayed by the opinions of others, or you've Googled something and you've got 10 different answers and you don't know which one to take, and you're feeling even more confused, this reading is actually saying to you, your gut feeling will completely kick in the moment you spread it out and really look at the options in detail. The choice is the one that is right for you and not being swayed by the opinions of others. Okay, it is absolutely the one that is, yeah, when you look at this and it's about you. I do feel there's a dilemma here between somebody else's expectations and it's making it difficult. It's muddying the waters. It's making it hard for you to see with clarity. Be you. Get to the bare bones of this. Press the pause button, meditate, and then make the choice that's right for you. And the wheel of fortune will turn. Yes, look at this. Unhappiness is frequently the result of an inability to live in alignment with the calling of our soul. When this happens, our uneasy and challenging emotions are an indication that we need to listen to ourselves. This card asks you, you can't make this up, can you? This card asks you to have faith and to trust, get still, meditate, listen to the voice of your heart and open yourself to receive guidance. This situation is too muddied by other people. This needs to be what is right for you and you alone. Oh, banana. Did you see the way that flew out of the pack, Super Souls? Be your brilliant self. Be great today. Honestly, you could not believe this. You couldn't make it up, could you? Be great today. Be brilliant. This card asks you to get in touch with the extraordinariness of everyday living. Go about your daily life doing everything to the very best of your ability. Be extraordinary in an ordinary way. Your brilliance will radiate into the world, creating more change than you could possibly imagine. It's such an affirmation. I'm going to draw one more card, but I just feel this is such an information that this is your situation where you are, there's an uncertainty here, and everything here is saying, look, at the moment your spirit guides are saying, look, your gut feeling will be right. The problem is your gut feeling is being coloured by the expectations of others, by history. This is time to trust and listen to you and you alone. Be you. The world wants you. You are amazing. The wheel of fortune will turn in your favour. It is time to, it's time. I'm going to ask for one more card of confirmation, please. Leadership. We all lead by example. This is about you being your own hero, your own heroine. Truly, truly, everything here is saying, Super Souls. Do you know, sometimes everything is saying, be you. Sometimes we wobble, we ask 10 different people what we think we should do, what they think, and you'll get 10 different answers. This is totally about you being you. This card asks you to take an ownership of your personal leadership qualities and align your thoughts, words and actions with everything that you wish to see in the world. I think you have an important decision to make, and it affects your future. It affects the way that you are going to move into the world in your future, and you are very, very uncertain about making it. This is honestly saying, ditch the illusion, spread it all out in front of you, take as long as you need, but do what's right for you. The gut feeling at the moment, is your gut feeling correct? The problem is at the moment your gut feeling is being invaded by the influence of others. Your gut feeling, absolutely, Super Souls, reading number 3, is bang on, and it will be right. You have the skills you need. Whatever choice you make, the key to finding that choice and listening to your gut feeling is to spread it all out in front of you. Listen to what makes your heart sing listen to the voice of your soul, listen through and through, weigh up the different choices and sit with them. Listen to your physical body. You know, I said write things on a bit of paper or find objects for the different avenues here. Put those objects out. Ask permission for different stones and crystals to offer you a representation. Sit with those stones and crystals and listen to the way your body feels. Literally, sometimes with a crystal, you can literally cover it up, and you know, an anxiety will disappear the moment you cover it with a piece of cloth. That will tell you that anxiety, that's your gut feeling, that anxiety, the moment if it disappears when you cover that potential answer or avenue up, then that one isn't right for you. You've covered it up, it's gone, it's no longer right. If a crystal or a rock you're using for one of those answers or solutions or potential pathways feels good, feels a little bit exciting, tingly, a little bit anxious, but you cover it over and you feel disappointment, then remove it again. And okay, it may tingle with excitement, but that's because there's possibility there. And the excitement, the anxiety is about the new. So you can see where I'm going with this, I hope. That the resonance of the objects will really support you in making those choices, but spread it out and do absolutely the one that's right for you, and everything is going to shift in your favor. This is a fascinating reading given our question. Super Souls, I'm just in awe of your spirit guides and the information and energy they are supporting you with, because this is soul growth. This is the stuff of helping you to overcome the muddied waters that come from the too much influence from other people who often have your best interest at heart, in all honesty, but they're acting from the position of what they think you should do because that's what they would do and that's what's right for them, not what's right for you. Wow, this is just amazing. I think your guides are absolutely incredible. I mean, they are just it's like they're just nurturing you into being your most brilliant and greatest self. There's no question of it. I mean, wow, I'm just blown away. Super Souls, this is a timeless reading. It's in my timeless readings playlist. I'm going to put a ton of links in the information box below and the comments for phone users. There's all sorts of stuff there. I have a monthly prize draw. There's the timeless readings playlist as well, because there's lots of readings that offer guidance if you're having a wobble. You know, is it yes or no? How will this situation pan out? You know, what's happening in the next 7 days? I actually post readings every Sunday for the next 7 days, but they're timeless. You can find the right reading for you at any moment of wobble. If you need to ask for extra support and guidance, it's there. So do check those things out. I have a whole online library as well. There are meditations in there to help release emotions and move on from the past. I'll put the link to the library in there too. I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been supporting me on Patreon as well, because it really does help me to keep putting tons of free stuff into the world, including the library. And those of you as well who've been, you know, giving your thanks and your gratitude back through the super thanks in the comments. All of you, I mean, just all of you, thank you for being here, for supporting the channel and for giving me the feedback around these readings. You guys, this is amazing because this is soul growth. You know, this is not just a how to trust your gut feeling. This is about overcoming stuff and learning how to trust your gut feeling ongoing and making decisions that are right for you, because you have something amazing to bring forth, which is you, in whatever way, shape or form that's coming. This is awesome. I am really in awe of you. It is a privilege to read for you all. Thank you for joining me. I'll put all the links in the information box, and if you'd like to get notification of any of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should come into your stream as soon as I upload them. Super Souls, just sending you all the love in the world. This is going to turn out well, and my goodness me, your spirit guides adore you. It's lovely. It's just lovely. Tons of love.